My name is Carmen. Today we have someone who they've already lied to you, and you may be able to find some sort of proof or some receipts here. And they still feel like they can double down on that lie and convince you, or at least like avoid the fallout for the lie that they've already told you. So they're trying to either get some backup or find some other way to like basically make it impossible for you to see what's really going on. So we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Moon in the reverse. Not a lot of positive energy here. In fact, I would say this is someone who is probably quite manipulative. So let's see what we got. We're going to call on Spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that email address in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. You can also find in that description box a link to my Etsy shop in case you are interested in a homemade soy candle. Otherwise, let's dive in. I have yet again rearranged my cards. So if you see me like looking around, like where did it go? What did I do with it? It's because it's in a different order again. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna dive in with the Noisy Tarot. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Shayla. What's happening? Happy, what is it, Wednesday? I have to think about it for a second. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. What else do we have? Nine of Pentacles and the Chariot. That's funny. So this is someone who sees you as a little bit problematic because your intuition is better than the average bear's. So with the Chariot, it's almost like they see you as like the police. You're one of very few people that can figure out when this person is being dishonest or when they are, up to no good. So they feel confident even though they know that you are super perceptive. They feel confident that they're still going to be able to confuse you a little bit. Well, that sounds lovely, Shayla. Hello, James. What's happening? We've got the World, Sun in the reverse, and the Knight of Cups. So this is someone who's trying to tell you that a chapter has ended. Maybe this is whether or not they're still hanging out with that, former friend, or whether or not they have taken the trash out. It's probably more complex than that. But they're telling you, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. Maybe they're saying, they quit smoking, or they're not going to spend any more money because they know that you need to be on a budget. But with this Knight of Cups, it's like difficult for them to resist what it is that they know they're not supposed to be doing. So I know you told me to block my ex, but I can't help it. I still talk to them, that kind of thing. I shall not be bamboozled. Exactly. All right, so we have the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is literally either like I've stopped talking to someone that you don't want me to talk to with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, or they're lying about some sort of work related or financial related issue. Sorry, this hair is driving me crazy. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, no, I've been able to like turn over a new leaf. Everything's gonna be just fine. Why are you so worried? Nope, they're still doing the same thing. Hello, Sacred. How are you doing? Hello, Mayork. I don't know, are you? Hello, Rick. I hope you're having a good one. So we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Something is not over. I quit, spending my money on that, or no, I'm not going to hang out with that person that you don't trust. Well, they can't be trusted, neither of them. So you have this sneaking suspicion. Maybe you just have a pretty effective lie detector. Maybe you can tell that they're kind of shifty when they're talking to you. But whatever they tell you that they have most certainly stopped doing, you're going to get confirmation that they lied about it. Hello, ACO. How are you doing? It's true. So we have the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Swords. I swear I'm not going to do that anymore, or I blocked them. Well, maybe they did block them, and then 20 minutes later they're going to unblock this person. They aren't able to exhibit the self-control that they are telling you they have over this situation. They just want you to leave them alone. They want you to stop asking them if they've really quit smoking cigarettes, or if they've really, stopped spending their money frivolously. But here we are with the moon in the reverse again, manipulative energy. I am going to do what I need to get you to smile and walk away. But the truth is, I'm still doing that thing. I don't know if I'm supposed to say Meyer King. I do personal questions after the general reading with priority to those who tip or donate. So you can put your question in a super chat. Hello, Belvinder. How are you doing? Exactly, James. Okay, so they're not being honest. They need to be a little bit more willing to accept that maybe lying to you is a bad idea. And it's the wrong approach to try to manipulate you. Hello, Zara. How are you doing? Meyer King, now that I've answered your question, por favor, please do not repeat your request. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse again, and the High Priestess in the reverse again. You might get irritated with this person for underestimating you, because you came out right away as that Nine of Pentacles, right? And they're over here pretending that you aren't super perceptive. It's easier for them to think that they're pretty sneaky. They don't want to admit. Oh, maybe they're picking up on, the way that I'm talking, or maybe they're picking up on the fact that I can't, look them in the eyes. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. That makes a big difference. Hello, Yakimos. How are you doing? The Emperor and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So you may be wondering if it's time to let go of this friendship or this relationship. You may be struggling to put up with someone who really doesn't know how to communicate or exhibit that self-control. Maybe you're trying to balance the finances, and this is someone who's making it really difficult for you. Because with that Four of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like, I can't gain any ground on what I'm trying to work on. Or your decisions keep having a negative impact on me. Hello, Stephen. How are you doing today? Two of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a little heads up that you're going to have a decision moment. You're already weighing the options. You're already considering whether or not this is a friendship or a relationship that needs to end. And the fact that they keep causing issues or straight up lying to you is making you wonder if this is what's going to end up convincing you to move forward without them. Hello, Samuel. I do not. And I also know that you're trying to get me to say something I don't want to say. So, just so you know, Samuel, if you keep trying to do that kind of stuff, I'm just going to block you permanently from my channel, okay? Probably also worth mentioning, my channel is only for people who are adults, 18 and older, please. We have the Three of Wands in the reverse and the Star in the reverse. If someone's willing to double down on a lie, you really got to ask yourself if there's any chance they're serious about wanting to fix things with you. Because that evasive or dishonest energy, it makes you realize that maybe you've put faith in somebody when they don't deserve that. Or maybe you're trusting someone who is quick to betray that trust. Hey Benji, when somebody's trying to get me to say something on a live stream that is immature, you're right, I have zero tolerance. So that's just how it is. What else do we have? Two of Wands and the Six of Cups in the reverse. This is pretty much coming through as maybe it's time to let go of this. It's time to make a decision. Should I stay or should I go? If you're dealing with someone who's manipulative, someone who feels like you're naive and they can manipulate you, then what are we really hoping to achieve with this person? Are you trying to convince them that you're worth being respected, or that, you know, if they're going to be honest with anyone, it should be you? Because it seems to me like we've got one person, this Nine of Pentacles, who is honest and genuine and intuitive, putting up with someone who feels like they don't need to be honest. Hello, Gary. Aw, that's cute. And how do you know, Gary? Have you been there? Is that where you got your tan? I'm just curious. What's up, gaming? Hello, Freak Angel. What's up? Hello, Cindy. Hello, Harold. Eight of Cups in the reverse. So this is someone who plans to keep on doing the same thing, doesn't have any desire to make a change. They don't know how to let go of that particular behavior or that particular person. So the question is, how long do you want to go around in circles with this person? How long do you want to avoid the truth? And how many chances does this person really deserve? So not to tell you how to like live your life or anything, but this is a reading about how maybe it's time to move on from this friendship or this person who doesn't know how to treat you. Give me 2 seconds. I think we need to put my lamp a little bit higher. Is that better? Maybe even move this one. Is that better? It's a little bit lighter. All right. Thank you. It's a lot of my favorite things surrounding me, but also a lot of pretty cards. Hello, Amber. How are you doing? You are already enjoying the general reading. If you want a personal reading, you can put your request in a super chat. I do personal questions after the general reading, which would be in about 20 minutes. Thank you, Shayla. Well, to be fair, James, this is pretty late in the day for me. Hello, Bob. Hello, 1 million A's. Sorry, probably want me to call you Andre. The Fool in the reverse and the Hierophant in the reverse. The person you're dealing with has no desire to address the shortcomings that cause this argument to repeat over and over again for you. In other words, sorry to say, but it looks like you're wasting time on this person, waiting for them to change or waiting for them to be honest. So it may even be that this person feels like your comments about potentially ending the relationship or the friendship or going no contact are just empty threats, and that they can continue to lie to you and manipulate you with zero consequences. This is someone who may be a little bit selfish. This is someone who feels like they can get what they want without having to worry about any kind of issues. This is someone who takes shortcuts. Hello, Nawaji. How are you doing? Hello, Tom again. Did I say hello to Bob? What's up? We're going to go with the Royal Fez or the Moroccan Tarot. It happens, Shayla. 10 years, though. That's a long time. Another Ace of Swords in the reverse. And the Nine of Swords in the reverse. If I tell you the truth, if I admit that I'm not interested in changing or that I'm always going to be like this, then maybe you're going to remove your energy from my life. Maybe I won't be able to continue to date you or be friends with you, or maybe you're going to kick me out or, you know, stop like loaning me money. They feel justified in being dishonest with you because it gets them what they want. So they don't want to get yelled at. They don't want to get in trouble. But what they're actually doing is making it that much more likely that you decide you're done. Seven of Wands in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles. They keep pushing the boundaries, keep playing with your emotions, making promises and breaking them. They're testing you. Are you actually going to walk away? I don't think you can. Are you actually going to break up with me? I doubt it. Hello, Muhammad. How are you doing? That's fair. We have the Chariot and the Moon. So this person is trying to manipulate you, but they've also underestimated your decisiveness. Maybe they haven't heard any stories about how you've broken up with others or how you've been able to end friendships that were based on dishonesty or selfishness. Maybe they're unaware of the fact that even if they might feel like it would be unfinished business or really like heartbreaking to lose you, that you have the self-respect that you need in order to make some of those difficult decisions, like walking away from somebody who's just fine with lying to you over and over again. Yes, it will be difficult in the short run. It might be, you know, a little bit disheartening to go through that, but you're also not going to sit here and pretend that everything is fine when they're just lying to you repeatedly. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? Three of Wands. And the King of Cups. So you've got that Nine of Pentacles, very introspective, perceptive energy, and this King of Cups, which is maturity. Oh, Lord. I'm good, thank you. I don't think I need that concern. All right. Let's get a little bit more from... what do we want? We'll go with the Touchstone Tarot. Yes, I definitely think this is someone who has a little bit of an ego problem, so that would make sense, Shayla. Hello, AQ. I read energy. If you want me to read a personal question for you or pull some cards for you, you can put a request in a super chat, and I do that after the general reading. She do tarot. Two of Swords in the reverse. This could even be you understanding that this person plans to lie to you again, where you're just sitting here like, so did you block that person? So did you, stop doing whatever that thing is? And you already know that they plan to lie. Well, maybe there's an ultimatum here where you haven't even really told this person. If you're gonna lie to me again, then it doesn't matter how long we've been friends, or it doesn't matter how long we've been dating. I deserve better than being lied to consistently. My name is Carmen J. Thank you. So we have Five of Cups in the reverse. They don't plan on changing their approach to this. They don't plan on being honest with you. They feel like they can continue to play games in your face, and you're just gonna be willing to accept their half-hearted apologies and unchanged behavior forever, like indefinitely. They're wrong. We have the Death card. There's an ending approaching. You're willing to walk away and they don't think you are. Justice in the reverse. The way that you handle people playing games or trying to manipulate you is one of the most effective ways to establish what kind of respect you have for yourself. And the people who want to be manipulative or want to be able to lie to you all the time, by seeing you and how you deal with other people, you may save yourself a lot of trouble, right? So we have, in addition to things getting a little bit easier for you, not having to hunt down the lie or question whether or not somebody is messing with you, there seems to be some sort of financial benefit here if and when you decide to move forward without this person who's been dishonest. This is the Romani Tarot. I like it. What else do we have? The Hermit in the reverse. The Sun in the reverse. You have very powerful energy. You have the ability to inspire people. You've learned a lot after going through difficult times. And that means it's a little bit more challenging to find people in your inner circle because you see through the BS, because you see through when people are, you know, trying to lie to you and make it seem like they're very innocent. So part of a spiritual awakening is recognizing that there are people that you have kept in your inner circle or that you continue to contact that don't get it or don't want to get it. People who feel like they don't really need to work on themselves and that the problem is always someone else. Hello, Tiana. How are you doing? Yep, it do be like that. They don't want to get better. You don't want to be saved. So you're going to start seeing little hints. Maybe it's in the music that plays on the radio. Maybe it's the billboard that you drive past before you get to work. But it's going to be inspiring you to move in a new direction or to let go of this friendship or relationship because you deserve better. You deserve someone who recognizes that if I do something that upsets you, if I lie to you to cover that up, then I should work on that. I should do my best to be a good friend or a good partner to you. But instead, you have someone who decides, oh, I think I can be devious here. I can find a way around working on myself. They're stubborn or unwilling to go through that ego death. Hello, Joanne. How are you doing? So this King of Wands in the reverse is someone who doesn't feel like they need to actually work on themselves. They feel like you won't actually end the friendship or relationship, and they can just keep doing whatever they want to. But I see that changing. You're losing patience with this person, and you don't have a problem being on your own. Whether that means you're just fine with being single or you don't mind having fewer friends. I hope it goes well, Tiana. What else do we have? Ace of Pentacles. Look, this person messes with your money. Now, for some of you, you're going to be like, yeah, they try to like take money out of my wallet all the time, or yeah, they expect me to pay for everything. For some of you, it might be more subtle. It could be that there is a block on money that is supposed to be coming your way because you still have this person around you. Have you ever cut someone off and then got some random money in your account? I have. I cut off somebody who was like this. It was very fake. And then randomly had like $300 some deposited in my account. No, it wasn't one of those scams. It was actually my money. I just didn't know I was supposed to get it. Many of you are going to end this friendship or this relationship and within like 6 weeks, see that your money is headed in a better direction. Yeah, it's important, JCH, to surround ourselves with people who appreciate accountability, because if you are holding yourself accountable, but your friends or your relationship, maybe it's even your family, if they're not comfortable holding themselves accountable, then it's always going to be your fault, right? At least they paid for it, I guess, right, Shayla? So we had the Three of Wands and the Seven of Wands. When you take action to distance yourself from someone who is comfortable lying to you and doubling down on that lie, your money improves. Maybe you get a promotion. Maybe you just have fewer responsibilities because you don't have to take care of this person who wasn't doing right by you. Maybe you don't have to buy as many groceries because there's not somebody who's constantly trying to eat out of your fridge. but your money gets better when you walk away from this person. Page of Cups and the Four of Swords. So take a little bit of time for yourself, or ask yourself whether or not this person seems like they actually want to make things better or do right by you. And I think you'll have your answer. Is it time to walk away? Yeah, it probably is. This is What's the News. What else do we have? Chained. Codependency, unhealthy attachment, and weighed down. Now, this could be someone who is dependent upon you or is codependent in like all of their relationships. But it could also be talking about the fact that you're, maybe dating someone who's still very much so actively talking to their ex. Maybe they have an unhealthy attachment to someone that they used to be with. Maybe they're talking to someone who's been very flirty with them and wants to be in competition with you for their romantic feelings. Whatever it is, you deserve to be respected and told the truth. This person you're dealing with, they're overindulging, and they don't feel like they need to be honest with you about it. This is someone who has unpredictable intentions. Do they want to do right by you? Maybe like every other Thursday. But most of the time, they're just thinking about what they want. I do feel like you've already had a heart-to-heart conversation with this person to try to understand where you all are at. But I think you're ready for a relationship or being held accountable, and this person that you're dealing with, not so much. Not so much. All right, let's see what we've got from the Shadowscapes Tarot. I like that, Shayla. Yes, thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I appreciate it. Page of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Swords. And the Seven of Wands. There might be a family member or a close friend of yours that helps to kind of like underscore for you the importance of keeping your inner circle kind of small. Not allowing people who feel so comfortable lying to you to stick around. This person wants to see you happy, and they feel like they continue to hear stories from you about this person doing you wrong or being dishonest. Seven of Swords in the reverse. So yes, you have someone who's a liar. Someone who wants to double down on their lie, someone that you are being encouraged to walk away from, but you also have someone here who is clearly interested in seeing you be happy and has your back. So all is not lost. We have someone here who appreciates you and wants to be, they want to see you happy, right? What else? The Star. The Emperor in the reverse. If you continue to let this person hang out or be in your energy, they're not going to have any motivation to work on themselves. They're going to continue to have this Emperor in the reverse, like, oh, I don't have control over that, or, oh, that's just how I am, sorry, like not sorry. But when you walk away, when you end this relationship or this friendship, they get a real obnoxious invitation to finally work on themselves. In other words, your absence can be one of the most important teachable moments this person encounters. Until that time, they don't seem to really question whether or not they should do better. Page of Swords. You've already had this conversation. You've already asked them to do right by you or to be honest. Words are not working. That's when actions have to come into play, right? All right, this is the Green Witch Oracle. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? I thought it was no face, no case. What else? The Sun. Healing energy, happiness, comfort, and joy. You level up your abundance, your financial stability, and you let go of toxic energy when you walk away from this person. Cleansing, purification, hydration. There's no need to continue to put up with this person. We've got Spring, rebuilding, awakening, and rebirth. If you want to like supercharge your life, if you want to see things like leapfrog forward, be good at cutting off people who demonstrate that they don't care if they hurt you. There are people who understand accountability and who want to work on themselves and will do right by you, even if they stumble from time to time. I'm not talking about those kind of people. When you have someone who knows that they're doing you wrong or knows that they're continually lying to you, and they don't care and they don't feel bad about it, those are the people who don't deserve to be in your life. Creation, opportunity, and caring. You get a new opportunity, a promotion, or a financial improvement. Maybe just a simple wish fulfillment, like, I don't know, going to an amusement park or your favorite show in town. But this happens when you walk away from someone. So, all right, I feel like I've said the same thing like 8 times. So I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.